Wow, guys, Jack Smith finally resigns after he gets heartbreaking news. Trump gets a major win here. It seems like everybody's starting to realize Trump really won the election and they have to accept that. Everybody that's came after him these past 4 years have scary, scary things coming their way. If you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button so you don't miss none of the new videos that I post. Get right to it.
Well, there's some breaking news out of Washington. Special Counsel Jack Smith, he's resigned from the Justice Department. That resignation effective yesterday. Smith announced his exit in a court filing that was made public today. But you know, the move is not a surprise. Smith was expected to leave the department by January 20th when President-elect Trump takes office. It is, though, still unclear at this hour when the first volume of Smith's report on the January 6th attack will be released. Volume 2 on the Florida documents case, we're told that will not be released because that is still an active prosecution.
Guys, it's like when you have a bunch of bugs in your house, you cut the light on and they all go squirming. You know, this is something that we all knew was going to happen, and everybody that's involved is just trying to get out of it now, right?
Special counsel Jack Smith can release part of his report on Trump's election interference case. Although the charges have been dropped, Smith is still required by law to release a final report. Now, that redacted Volume 1 could be made public as soon as this Sunday. Let's bring in Jonathan Turley, Fox News contributor and constitutional law attorney, for more on this. Jonathan, welcome. All right, what say you about this? Judge Eileen Cannon in the beginning said, look, it's irreversible error if we let this go public, and now appeals court says, well, you can release it anyway. What's going to happen?
Well, I think this is the result most of us expected, because they're not going to release that portion of the report that deals with the Florida documents case, because there are defendants still pending in that case. But this is, unfortunately, the outcome of a really ill-considered special counsel investigation. I mean, Jack Smith is the ultimate parade general. He did a lot of parading and never saw the inside of a trial on these cases. And the problem that I have with that is that I think that these cases were fundamentally flawed, particularly
Every last one of these cases were just fraud. You know, they did not make sense. And I think they need to take a deep look into these people's careers and see what kind of bribes and money they took from you, taxpayers, and other people doing favors. That's all this is, guys. Let's keep going.
the case that is going to be the subject of this release. This argument that he made that he has evidence of interference with this election and the case he brought in Washington, I think, was riddled with constitutional problems, not the least of which was the First Amendment. I believe the president had protected free speech interests that Jack Smith just brushed aside.
So talk to us about the legal implications, if any, of this release and the real-world implication. Does this have the potential to damage President Trump's execution, fulfillment of his duties as president after this is released?
Look, I think this is speaking to a jury that's already left the courthouse. I mean, there's going to be a lot of people that read this, a lot of media folks that are going to echo whatever he says in this report. It is a one-sided report, obviously. This is not a trial. This is what the prosecutors wanted to prove. So you can take that for what it's worth. But the American people already rendered a bit of a verdict in the last election. They set aside this narrative from the media, from the prosecutors, from judges like Juan Merchan. They turned their back on all of that and said that they believed a lot of this was indeed lawfare. Now, keep in mind that what's good for the goose is good for the gander. So there's another torpedo in the water, right, if I mix my metaphors enough. And that is, we're expecting the report on Hunter Biden, which is also going to be released.
And this is what I've been trying to tell a lot of people. You know, the Americans, we went out, we voted. True patriots went out and voted. You know, we don't care if you want to release this report, because this report's not gonna do anything. Because come January 20th, Trump's gonna be back in office. Prices are gonna be back down low. We're gonna be able to afford gas. It's gonna be a great place to live in. The left just keeps digging a bigger and bigger hole for themselves. I don't know how they're gonna get out of this one. It was too big to rig. Let me know what you guys think about this quick video, though. Be sure to hit the subscribe button. We're out.